Hey guys, welcome to What If Deku Was an Elemental Dragon Slayer Part 1. Before you start to comment asking where episode 4 of What If Deku had the Sharingan and the Venom symbiote is, I will still be making them, but I'm just taking a break from them. Anyway, let me tell you a bit of background in this story. There was also one comment that made me laugh in the last vid. It was a comment left by Jonathan Gurley saying she's dead again. I'm not going to say the whole comment. It was very amusing. If you were watching this, please tell me who made it. I want to see it. In this what if, Deku will be the first male with a quirk, so everyone in class 1A will be female. Deku will have a harem. Now then, let me explain what a Dragon Slayer is for those who haven't ever watched Fairy Tail. A Dragon Slayer has an element that they can eat that will increase their amount of power behind each attack. Also, the element shouldn't do damage to them unless it's a God Slayer. Like if it's a God Slayer's or a Devil Slayer. Deku will also have the heightened senses, super strength, and higher IQ levels than anyone in the world. Deku will only be able to take damage from physical attacks. Copy quirks don't work on him because it's a quirk that also stores energy, and Aizawa's quirk won't work on him because it's part mutation due to his lungs being able to breathe fire or elements. Now let's get into the story. Deku was born in a world where females ruled because only females could have quirks, and males were just used for breeding and being slaves in general. So when Inko, Izuku's mother, gave birth to him, she was disappointed. The doctors asked if she wanted to have him killed so he would be spared from his future. Inko then said no, it's his life and he deserves to live it. As if it was luck, he used a Sky Dragon Roar on accident. Just so you know, he doesn't need to train to learn how to use them, but rather to control it. The doctors and Inko had their eyes open as a sign of how shocked they were. The doctors asked if they can run an X-ray on him. Inko then replied by agreeing with the doctor. The doctor came back with the X-ray a few minutes later, saying that he does have a quirk, and so the doctors congratulated her on giving birth to the first male, and Inko and Izuku. I'm going to skip to when Izuku is in kindergarten or reception, depending on where you are in the world, for his first day. When he was introducing himself to the class, saying, "I'm Izuku Midoriya, and I want to be the next #1 hero and the next symbol of peace," the whole class started to laugh at him, except one person. And Izuku couldn't become a hero just because he was a male. This made Deku furious. Then the teacher told him to go sit down. When it's break time, he goes out and sits alone. When a girl with onyx hair, a ponytail, walks up to him and introduces herself to him, she says, "Hi, my name is Momo Yaoyorozu, but call me Momo." Deku then introduces himself and then asks what her quirk was. Momo then replied by saying it was creation, and it allows her to create any non-living things as long as she knows the elements that go into making of it. Deku then asked if she can make iron. Momo then responded by creating an iron ingot and handing it to him. Then she asked why. Deku then responded by saying he was going to eat it. Momo looked shocked and then said that you can't, you will break your teeth. Deku then said, "No, I won't." And then he took a bite of the iron. And then Momo looked in pure amazement as to what her friend just did. Deku then finished his meal, and then his arm turned to metal. Momo still looked shocked. Deku then said that he has a quirk as well. Momo then said that's impossible. Then Deku then said, "You've already seen a bit of it." Momo then asks if it was some quirk that allows him to become what he eats. Deku then says, you had a close guess, but not close enough. I'm gonna skip to when Deku walks out for lunch. He then sees that a girl with sand blonde hair was bullying Momo, and that no one was doing anything about it. When the girl was about to punch Momo with an explosion, Deku jumped in front of her to protect Momo from the blast. He did this because he knew the explosion wouldn't harm him, not even leaving a scratch. When the smoke cleared, you could see it hit Izuku instead of Momo, when it was meant to hit Momo. Bakugo was shocked by this, and asked why he would jump in front of his explosion to save someone he had only met a few hours ago. Deku then replied by saying that Momo was his friend, and that was the right thing to do, and that it won't harm him. Bakugo then stood there looking shocked, as at what he just said, that her explosions couldn't harm him. Bakugo charged up another explosion, but this time it was a stronger one. She even had made. It was the strongest one she had ever made, and then attacked Deku with it. Deku just stood there and took it like a boss. Deku then asked if she hadn't listened to what he said. He also said that it was a weak attack. If you want if you want a strong attack, then allow me. When Deku said this, his whole body was engulfed in flames, and punched Bakugo in the face, knocking her out and sending her flying into the wall. Everyone was shocked that he had a quirk. A male had a quirk. I'm going to skip to about the last year of middle school, when the teacher said that she will be handing out the school application sheet. She then said, on second thought, you all want to go to the hero course and become heroes, and tossed the sheets of paper up into the air. Then, everyone except Izuku, Yaoyorozu, and Bakugo would show off their quirks. And Bakugo then started to say that she was going to be the best, even better than All Might. The teacher then said that Midoriya, or Izuku, and Yaoyorozu wanted to go to UA as well. Everyone went quiet at the statement. But this made Bakugo extremely angry, and basically did the same thing as in the anime, except being called quirkless. I'm going to skip to when Deku is walking home on his own, and he took his shortcut under the tunnel, and then he heard a slushing noise underneath him due to his enhanced hearing, but he ignored it. And 30 seconds later, the sludge villain started to suffocate him, so he sent fire all around his body, also using a bit of his poison Dragon Slayer magic to poison the sludge villain, and also to burn him alive, or her alive. Deku then shouted, "Get off of me!" at the top of his lungs. This made the sludge villain faint due to the poison and the heat. He then saw a woman coming out of the sewers in a costume saying, "Don't worry, citizens." Why? Because I am here, in her signature smile. She then saw the villain out cold with a boy who was engulfed in flames and with dragon scales on his hands. Then she asked if he had done this. Deku then said, "Yes, I did it, and I'm sorry for using my quirk, but it was in self-defense." And when he said this, the flames died down, and his hands returned to normal. All Might look shocked and asked what was his quirk. Deku said that he would rather keep it a secret. Sorry. All Might then said that was alright. All Might started to smoke a tiny bit. Not cigarettes, but generally smoking, body giving off heat. All Might then poofed into her Small Might form. Deku then said, "Let me guess, you were injured by All for One in a fight 5 years ago." All Might was shocked and asked how he knew. Deku then replied by saying it's a secret. And don't worry, I won't tell anyone not even your successor to your quirk. What was its name again? One for All? They finished cleaning up the slime monster, or the sludge monster.